It is really, really hot today. Like, I don't even need this old poncho I brought from last year. I'm gonna get a new one today, so I figured I could toss it at the start, but you don't even need it. It's 65 degrees in the morning already. It's gonna be a hot race. We're just gonna do our best, have fun, run with Warren, and hope the ankle holds up. On buses.
I recinti di partenza del gruppo 4 sono ora chiusi.
Subway to boat to bus, walking, we actually made it, and that was a tough one. I'll talk about it at the end, but we're in the corrals, we're starting. See you at the finish line.
Here, there's Kim with Team for Kids. We've got Team Shaw here. Emily, welcome to the marathon. Silver Sue and Joe. There's Adam. And Dan and Crafty and Hey, God.
Hey guys, so I'm gonna take a breather for 1 sec, but unfortunately my leg, my left hamstring and glute is really bothering me again. I made it to mile 10 and it's just started to tighten up by really mile 8, and by mile 10 it was starting to hurt again, and I didn't want to push it to the point where I was hurting my ankle. And honestly, there's very little or few things that I would rather do than try and finish the race today, than run the whole thing with Lauren and finish it with Lauren. But the reality is that one of the few things I'd rather have happen is that I heal my glute or my hamstring or the tendon fully. You know, after Chicago it was really sore for a couple days, and I knew this was, you know, a chance that this was going to flare up and that it would be a problem. So I'm dropping. I'm gonna do that this time instead of finish the race really slow or walk or anything like that. I just want to let this heal. So that's that, but I'm gonna finish just filming some of the race. I'm gonna go ride around on the bike a little bit. You know, my leg feels okay for that. I'll probably, you know, take the subway and walk a little. I really want to take this time to rest, and you know, unfortunately, as much as I'd rather make this race vlog also, I just really need to get myself healed up. So that's that, and here's the rest of what I get today.
You all know the first line. Oh my gosh. Here we go. A kick line.
All right, everybody, New York City Marathon 2022. What an electric and exciting day in New York City. It always brings the city together. It's really amazing how the marathon does that in New York. And being someone who's lived in New York City, just to see the energy and the people coming together, it really hits home, and it reminds me, even though I loved Chicago, why it just makes the New York City experience so special to me. And I think a lot of other people feel that energy, even if you're from out of town. And again, that just makes it what makes it so powerful and so energetic and lively, and just an extraordinary experience for all of the runners. So congratulations to all of you who finished on a very difficult day. The temperatures, the heat and humidity all came together to make it a tough one. And you know, I can say that with the 10 miles that I had. Saw a lot of Strava profiles that I follow that look like this. It just was so hard to pace. And you know, congratulations honestly to Chris, who is a watcher of these videos and a friend of mine. He PR'd in the toughest days on the toughest course. He continues to do that. Vivian too, thank you for the clips, some of the nighttime clips that you saw that she helped me gather and shared with me. So just special community around running. Again, that's why I love doing this. That's why I love the New York City Marathon. That's why I love so much about running in general. Now, of course, again, I would have loved to finish with Lauren, who I started the weekend with all together. it just wasn't in the cards for me. The hamstring into the glute, it just was an issue. It's sore today. Obviously, you know, looking at the clips again of people finishing hours and hours later, it makes me think, you know, should I have just gone? Should I walk? Should I have done it? But I recognize, you know, how lucky I am to have run the New York City Marathon many times before, and to see me running it again, even just next year, to get the opportunity to finish again, you know, it was the smart choice to let myself heal. And I do feel pain, you know, today afterwards, so it wouldn't have made sense to have gone and pushed that much harder and that much farther yesterday. I really just want to get better so I can, you know, be my best for the New York City half in, you know, a few months, and just get ready for the next year. We've got the Berlin Marathon next year. I could potentially do the New York City Marathon again next year. Like I said, we'll see if I want to continue to do those doubles, you know, within a couple of months, but that's more to come in the future. Now, before I say this negative point that I have about the experience of the marathon yesterday, I just want to say first that I would never discourage anybody from running the New York City Marathon. This was a particular issue that I had with one transportation option. I've always done the bus from Bryant Park. It's very simple. There's a clear line that forms at the New York Public Library. You go through the line, you go on a bus, you take a nap, or you look at the sights as the sun rises, and you end up at Fort Wadsworth. Boom, you're ready to go here in the start village. Yesterday, we took the ferry. Awesome experience on the ferry, not difficult to get on the boat. Then I had to transfer to the shuttle bus. There's coach buses and school buses that take you from now the ferry dock in Staten Island to the actual start village. We got on the 7:30 ferry, as a timestamp actually clearly showed in the beginning, and we had to literally sprint to the corral to make the 11 a.m. Wave 4 start. 3.5 hours it took us to get from the ferry dock to Staten Island, Fort Wadsworth, and actually get into the corral for the race. The main issue was those buses. There was too much of a crowd even by the time we got there, no matter how much we were near the front of the boat exit, no matter what else was going on, and there was no line. So it was just a massive group of people, and the buses would pull up, the doors would end up in different places, and in that chaos, the people would just continue to push to the front. Then they'd have to tell people to get out of the road. Then they'd push to the front of the again. And I mean, many people around us were there for over 2 hours. Many people were missing their start. And honestly, it just was not well organized at all to keep people in line and maintain some order as people were getting on the bus. So that was a big negative. I think that was a big drop of the ball, honestly, by New York Roadrunners and their organization of those buses. It's too bad because the rest of the day was so great, but I just saw the stress on so many people's faces as they're starting their first marathon, their first New York City marathon. That's not the experience you want to have before you go and put your toe on the starting line and actually get to run. So, you know, my feet were killing me, honestly, yesterday from 2 hours of standing waiting for a bus, and that's before you're about to race and, you know, be on your feet for 4 or 5 hours in that group. So it's just a lot. It's too bad. But it doesn't take away again from what the marathon means to me, what it means to so many runners who I'm sure once they finished, you know, you don't forget about the bus situation, but it kind of becomes okay in a way, hopefully, for all of you who got to go out there and run for your first time. We made a friend, Lauren, met Lauren, and Lauren watched my channel. We were talking together and standing on the bus line together and on the bus finally together throughout the morning. So that was her first marathon. Give her a congratulations down below, and you know, just congratulate her on running the New York City Marathon and her first marathon ever. I'm sorry that experience was as bad as mine was in your first ever marathon start. But that aside, I won't harp on the negative. Great day, amazing people out there. Congratulations again to everybody who finished a very, very tough day. I'll be back. I'll be doing some PT, and I'll be getting ready for the New York City Half Marathon. See you in the next one.